Hi everyone, welcome. It's Jav here from Medieval Mirage. I'm trying out a different setup. So if you can hear my chair moving or the tripod moving, I'm just trying a different setup. Hello again. With these tutorials that I want to do for you. I just thought if I'm sitting down it might be better because I do run out of steam really quickly, not having great health. But I wanted to show you here the tutorials I'll be sharing with you on how to use the Medieval Missives printable wax seals. And I'm very excited to be sharing this with you. I haven't known, it's taken me so long because the kit's been in there for months now. I didn't know how to process my videos because I don't have any video software editing, but I hope this is going to come together well. And but the exciting thing about this is that in my shop, hopefully it's been added. This is from the Medieval Missives, which is already in my shop. The links will be below. But what I'm going to be showing you today is how to make your own printable wax seals and for you. But I'm going to show you how to use these. Now what's exciting is each alphabet letter, or each letter in the alphabet will have its own page. And I've made it so that you've got smaller ones and a little bit larger. Because look, you might be doing a wedding invitation or another venue invitation. You might be doing a theme with someone, you know, with their name. You might be doing one as a wedding guest book. I mean, look, an anniversary, whatever. I just thought rather than have them, you know, just two letters of the alphabet on one sheet, which is in the Medieval Missives, and that's fine, and that can still be used, and I'll show you how. But why not give you the incredible range of having it all on one page, just one of the initials. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you, if we've got the time, I'm going to show you the best way to create your waxable seals. This is my absolute favorite way because these can be used anywhere, anytime, everywhere. So there's that one, which is kind of slightly been aged but not much, and it's on a string. And all you do is have your papers like so, and you're just going to, I hope I'm in frame everyone, yeah, okay. And then you're going to wrap it around like this. And of course you can tie it up however you wish, and that's where you would tie it up. Now what about that? I mean, isn't that just easy? Now for those of you that have got wax seals, now you will have to excuse this one. This one was a bit of a mess, but I wanted to show you that if you've got wax seals and you don't want to have them broken on your papers, so excuse the way this one looks, you can do the same by just melting your wax onto your twine or your ribbon, whatever you want to use. So that is the best way to have your waxable seals that you can just keep using and using and using. It's just, yeah, I just love it. I just love doing it this way. Okay, and then this one is a bit more grungier. And this one was born, this style was born because my husband said to me, look, I absolutely love the age of this compared to this. Now, not everyone is going to have the same taste as my husband. I love both. But he, being a, you know, a man who loves history himself, he just felt that this was much more authentic looking. And the funny thing is, when you do get a bit of glue on there, and this one I think was my prototype, I was a little bit kind of concerned because I'm thinking, oh dear, it's a bit glossy in places. But I did ink it up, and my husband said, you know what, I like it because it's supposed to be a wax seal, you know, so it's kind of supposed to be a little bit, got a bit of gloss on it. So yeah, anyway, we're going to be making these together today. So, hey everyone, I'm back again. Yay. All right, so I'm sorry if I'm bumping the tripod. I'm trying really hard not to. Okay, I just thought I might cut these with you just to show you how I go about it, because they aren't a straight cut. I first of all want to excuse my fingers. I have been coffee staining, so they're a little bit grubby. But also I get chilblains and stress eczema, and so it inflames my fingers. So my rings tend to go all over the place. And you know, the ring that I wear here to say that I am taken and married, yeah, sometimes it doesn't fit there because of the chilblain. So that will explain why my rings sort of go all over the place, because sometimes it just won't fit on certain hands. So excuse my not so pretty fingers. All right, let's get to it with this. Okay, so this is just carefully do the best with your fussy cutting, and yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone is well. I hope you are having a good day, and if I don't say much, it's because I'm doing my best to concentrate. Okay, or I haven't got much to say. Now what's going on here? Okay, I hope you can see that all right. Yep, good. All right, so there's that one. We just put that there. So it's basically, all the work's already done for you. Where's the other one? Let's put them on a different cardstock here, and then you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so this is the really grungy one that I did, and this is the one that I've grunged up for you. So you can make it more grungy if you wish, and I'll show you how I do that as well. But that's that one. Now, when you get to this stage here, if you do want to back these up, so say you haven't got, you know, your backing here, and you do want to back this up, the other thing I want to say is it is worth your while inking up the edges. So shall we do that quickly together? Okay, so I'm just using this one. I mean, if you've got a nice red one, why not ink it up with red? But basically, it's just to make sure the white doesn't show. And sometimes it does, and that's why it's just worth your while just printing, where is it? Printing on the back of this. It will save you so much inking up. But you know, you don't have to. But yeah, you can do it either way, whatever you prefer. So okay, so we've done that side. Okay, all right, let's put that there. And now these are obviously on the opposite side, so they're meant to go like that. So you've just got to do your best to cut it out the best way you can, exactly as it is. I'm not the best at cutting, so please look away if you're really good at fussy cutting. I'm sure I'm massacring this. But yeah, okay, here we go. Excellent. So you would need to now ink this up if you haven't put your red lining on the back of this. Okay, now my timer is telling me I should be up. So see you in a second. Hey everyone, I'm back again. But what I wanted to show you was I've got some stays on jet black. And boy, does it stay on. So what I did was I just went around it because I just thought, oh yeah, that's right, these are already black, so I don't want the white showing through, so that's just another option. But make sure when you're putting that on, the stays on, that it doesn't go onto your actual image, because that can be very easy to do. By the way, there's another thing you can do. Just for the edges, if you don't have a texture, like a black texture, you can just run your edges along this way, all the way around, just to ink them up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. But should be covering it up quite well. So sometimes on the side here you can just sort of get into the little nitty-gritty. That's if you haven't got a texture, is one way of just getting rid of those white lines, white bits. Okay, I think that's done that one. Alright, so that's basically all I do to kind of camouflage the white that just can be a bit of an eyesore. Even just a little hint of it can be an eyesore, can't it? So let's make sure we don't have any. And if I do go off camera, I do apologize, but I haven't done anything that would be too hard to follow, like cutting something out. I mean, that's pretty basic, but I'll make sure I'm in frame for you. Okay, so I think I've covered all the whites. Beautiful. Alright, so that's how to ink things up and make sure that we have no whites. Alright, so the next thing you will need, boy, has the time actually flown that fast? Oh yes, okay, plenty of time. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is, of course, your twine. How long or how short you decide to do it is up to you. It will depend on what you want to, you know, fold it over. So if you want something to look very like a medieval letter or a historical letter, and it's this size, then, you know, you're going to have to decide how much twine you're going to have. Now, the other thing I wanted to tell you, if you've got white twine at home, or one that isn't that aged looking, all I do is I just put it through. When I'm doing my coffee staining, I just do a whole batch. However, one other way of doing it is you can get your little thingamy and just basically, yeah, you can do it. There's so many ways of doing it, but if you wanted to do it really fast, you could sort of just, I won't do it, but you could just stamp this down, or just stamp this along here and then just mush it up in there. Maybe spray a little bit of water and then put your heat gun on, but that's another way of doing it. But I prefer just to do the coffee stain personally, because I'm always doing it, and I just soak things in and let them sort of dry on top of the papers. Alright, so now this one here is a shorter one. So if we were doing it with this, it depends how many ways you want to twirl this around your paper. So this will only allow me this much. And you may consider having this a little bit longer. So it's totally up to you. Let me just show you this little cute card here. This is how I like to do my things. And I prefer to just do a little one like that, and with a bit of a knot at the bottom. But that's that one, and that's this one. Okay, now in saying that, you can use ribbon, you can use whatever you like, whatever you prefer. It's totally up to your taste. So if you want to have like pretty ribbon or whatever is available, I can't even think now, but it's totally up to you what you want to do, but the process will be the same. Okay, so let's put them aside. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do one that's this length again, because I really love this length. And so this will be my guide to cut this one off for this here. All right, so just bear with me as I kind of get my measurements together. Will this be okay? I might just make it a little bit shorter, not by much. I might go this much. Okay, now this little bit, don't worry about the little bits, because we're going to be making these, so keep them. All right, so we've got our little thing. Now if you really have enjoyed the way you have made it, then when you get your string, you're going to have to use that as your guide, because all we're doing is we're going to be backing these up together. Now, in saying that though, okay, it does thicken this up and you can get away with that. But there's just one thing to be mindful of. You will see a bit of the cord. Where's my other ones? You can ink them up to disguise it, is to cut out your impressions and glue these onto here as like your template, and then you can glue that on the top and the other one at the back. So let's do that one together, because that's probably, so you don't have to do it, you can still follow the process by just gluing these back to back like so, and then after that you can decide on how much you want to age it more with your in the way that you want to ink it up. But if you're feeling a little bit anxious about this, then why not just get some cardstock? It can be black cardstock. It doesn't have to be red. It can actually be black cardstock. So because you've got the black already around it. Okay, so I actually think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go and find my black cardstock, and I'll be back to cut this out and set it up for you, and you can follow the same process. If you don't want to do it this way, you can still just glue these together this way and that way, and there you go, you're done and dusted. Alright everyone, I will be back with the black cardstock. Thank you. Hey everyone, it's me again. The table will most likely look a little bit different. I've just rearranged everything just to make it a lot easier to find things. Unless you want to just go right ahead and glue this in to this, you can use tacky glue or any glue that you prefer. So make sure you line it up. And one other thought also is, what you could do on the back of these, you could make a little mark so that you've got the points where you can back it up. You don't necessarily have to do it with this one, but you could put a little mark with a texture or a pencil on the back here so that you know that this will line up to there, because sometimes that can be a little bit confusing. So you can go right ahead and glue this together, but remember, either you'll have the red at the back, or you can ink it up, because you don't want anything showing, and sometimes we can't always cut things properly, so we've got to make sure that none of that white is showing, so be mindful of that. And that's what it'll look like at the back. But what I'm going to show you is my preferred method, because it will lessen how much you see of the string, which is absolutely fine because that's what would show up in a wax seal anyway. But if you didn't want that and you wanted it to be a little bit more sturdier, with the grunge one you would need black cardstock. Alright, so basically I would use this as my template, and all you have to do is double up your cardstock so that you're not wasting any of your precious time. And you're just going to cut around this, and then you'll be able to adjust once you've kind of roughly done a guide. I'm just doing this really rough. You get a rough guide, and then you just have to just trim off whatever you think isn't required. But definitely do it before you glue everything down. So, because this is basically just going to sit on the top and what have you. You can just do it even just round if you need to. So let's have a look, and that's pretty okay. I don't mind if a bit of the black is showing because it's black, and it just sort of can add a little bit of interest to the page, to the wax, the faux waxable seal. All right, so we've done that. We've got 2 of these. All you're going to have to do, and I'm just going to get my plastic mat, is you're going to get your glue. I'm just going to grab tacky glue, and this is really easy doing it this way. You're not going to muck up or mess it up. You're going to it's kind of like your practice run. You'll be able to work out exactly how you want it to look, and then yeah, so it's not like you're going to be making a mistake, because this is just your template. So basically it's just a matter of gluing it down and deciding how much you want on the other side, and you'll just have to play around with how much glue you need or not. And then you just put the other one on the top, and then you just only have to wait until it's all done and dusted, in the sense that you just wait for it to stick down, and then you can start on with your next one. So I'm not fussy with this one, as you can see, and I forgot to bring my a wet one with me here. I've got a dry one, but not a wet one, or a baby wipe. Okay, so you want to make sure the glue's on there well. Now, the thing is, we don't want to be getting the glue on that. Hopefully I've been in frame. We don't want the glue on that. So one way that you can do this, if you've got some, acetate or clear plastic, you can actually use this to glue things down if your fingers are being difficult. So, am I in frame? No, I'm sorry. Okay. How are we going for time? A minute. Alright. So what I'll do is I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to come back and show you how to attach this, but I think you can work it out already, and then you will have your own waxable, faux waxable seal, and you can use it anywhere and however you wish. Hey everyone, I'm back again. It's Jav here from Medieval Mirage. Welcome. Okay, so basically we are doing the next part of our video, and that is adding the waxable part of the seal to our little backing. And all we have to do is just glue it together, really. So let's start with the back first, and it can be, the back can be whatever you wish it to be, but remember how I mentioned you've got to really remember the way you this is set up, and because I forgot to do that, I'm kind of always a little bit lost. Alright, so I've just got to remember that it's like this. Alright, so now I'm going to turn it around and hopefully I'm in the right place. Well, maybe for the sake of it, let's do this side first, because it doesn't matter if this looks a bit silly, at least the front bit that counts is done properly. So you might want to have it this way, in the sense that you might want to wrap something around like this. Okay, so you can have it that way. So you decide which way you want it, and you can do as many as you wish either way. So let's do this one together then. Now this is the plastic acetate, and I'll show you how I use it. Now I'm just going to grab this and just add the glue like that, and it should spread obviously, but I don't want to, I don't mind the glue going on it, but I would prefer to not have any glue on this. So now what I would do is get this, and once we're set it the right way, so make sure you don't see what's underneath it, I just take this and then I press it down. And that means if any glue decides to come through, it doesn't matter, because I've got this protecting my fingers. Now the other thing to remember is try not to press down into the center, just press around it. Okay, because around the alphabet, because that will stop that ridge from coming through. I mean, it might even show through without, you know, anyway, but that's the way to kind of glue it down, is make sure you do not kind of press on the ridge, just outside of it, and that would be the best. Okay, so now we've done that side, let's proceed with this one. So it's just a matter of matching up, and that's why if you've got this marked, you should be able to do this a lot faster than I am. There we go. Okay, so right, so we actually didn't need I just realized we didn't actually need, oh yeah, that's all right. Okay, I've just sort of lost my thought there. I do apologize. So I think it's this way. Okay, so This is where I would leave this aside and have another one, another clean one, so that you don't get the glue on. And now very carefully flipping it over so I don't lose my place, and then try and find it again. And I'm not going to find it, am I? Already lost my, there we go. Alright, now with my clean one, just going to grab it. So this is a way of, and let's just check the other side first. So I've already got a piece of something there. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's just a little bit of the glue. Okay, it's come off, but it was more of a tag of the glue rather than anything. Alright, so I don't mind how that looks. And then all you have to do is get your clean acetate that you've folded in half, and you're just going to press down around the edges, not in the middle, because that will glue itself. You might want to just press slightly in the middle just for good measure, but that's it. The other side is what counts. Okay, and there you go, everyone. There is your faux waxable seal ready to be used. Oops, I just got glue on my jumper. How are we going for time? Beautiful. Alright, so it's ready to go. This is it. And there you have it. Now if you want to grunge this up more, go for it. But there you go, everyone. This doesn't really need any work. It's done and dusted. And if you come back, I'll be showing you different ways of using these. Okay. This one is a bit of an odd shape because this was just a test run. They do look a little bit odd, I guess, but then wax seals are never perfect looking, are they? But just focus on cutting smoothly. I haven't done it as smoothly as I should have when you're cutting them out. But this one here, all it's got around here is a bit of inking and texture, black texture, and I haven't done anything to it. So it's a total preference thing. But this one is the one that I grunged up, and there's a little bit of the glue on that. So I'm just putting the three here together for you to kind of have a look and see what your preference is going to be. So that is how you make these, and you can make them any which way you wish. You can use your own proper wax to make them like this, and the sky's the limit of the uses. You've got them forever. Alright everyone, it's so great to have your company. Please take care, and thanks so much for coming to my show and share. Bye all. Thank you.